Guys, in 2023, I ate shit. And now, in 2025, I got my Gold High Level Award for my SaaS company, and I sell AI infrastructure and make $1,000 to $5,000 a day. And in 2023, I was down fucking bad, negative over $250,000 in my business, fucked it all up and had to restart everything. And in this video, I'm gonna show you the top 3 mistakes that I learned and lessons I learned in 2023 during that time. So let's get into it. Guys, number 1 lesson that I learned during 2023 when I lost it all is don't be fucking greedy and do not have the shiny spoon syndrome. And what I mean by that and shiny spoon syndrome is whenever you're doing well in your business, or even if you're not doing well in your business, if you see obviously we're influenced by social media all the time, guys. We see these guys doing this. We see these 10-year-olds fucking making $1 million a month. You see 4-year-olds making $1 million a day on Instagram. Like, doesn't even make sense, guys. So it's so easy to have that shiny spoon syndrome where you're seeing this, and you're like, all right, let me try this, let me try this, let me try this. And when I dropped out of college in 2017, I did that so many times. I was in MLMs, I was in Forex, I was in iMarkets Live. I was doing all this crazy shit and trying to just figure it out. Drop shipping, e-com, Amazon FBA. And I would just go from one place to one place to one place. And then 2019, I found wholesaling real estate. And that's when I really was just like, all right, I'm done with the shiny spoon syndrome. I'm locking in and I'm going to grind and just figure out on this. And I did for 8 months, got my first 2 deals, and it just took off from there. And from 2019 to 2023, I was completely locked in on real estate. I built a multi-7-figure real estate wholesaling company. We had a team, we had offices, and that's all I did. That was all my focus. And in 2023, I got the shiny spoon syndrome, and I saw a couple of my buddies like renting out exotic cars here in Tampa and Miami, and I was like, all right, well, I'm making a lot of money now. Let's go get a warehouse, let's go get the cars. And I have no clue what I'm doing. And when I get something in my head, I just full send it. And I full sent it on that. I got the cars, I got the warehouse, and one thing after another. I lost my Corvette, got stolen on a trip, and I never put it under business insurance, and my insurance denied my claim. And it was just one thing after another. And then at the same time, I was buying a flip that I just did not, I'll get into this as the next tip, but the shiny spoon syndrome absolutely fucked me. And it was a very, very hard lesson for me. And I ate a lot of shit and lost a lot of money just chasing the next shiny business idea, when I realistically should have just stayed in, locked into real estate, and continued staying in my lane that I was successful in, instead of trying to go switch lanes because of the shiny object syndrome. I want to go drive around cool cars all the time. It cost me a lot of money, and I will definitely never be doing that again. So lesson 2 is do what you know, guys, as well. Like kind of basing off that first one. During that same exact time when I was wholesaling real estate and I was doing the car stuff, I also was just hot-headed. I was on a roll, momentum was flying, and I was just doing whatever and not thinking strategically. I was just thinking with emotions, and whatever I thought was cool, I was just doing it. I thought I was invincible pretty much. And at the same time, I was doing, the wholesaling. I got this house in Colorado, never been to Colorado, Parker, Colorado. And I was like, all right, well, let me just buy this flip and just buy it. I'll just put it on the market and flip it. I know what I'm doing. It's a good area. I ran my numbers, and I always usually wholesale. I've done a bunch of flips and stuff with partners, but this one I just decided to take down myself. It was a $600,000+ purchase price, and I just fully sent it. No inspections, no anything. Bought it with a lender. Started to become winner, and I was dealing with the whole entire car stuff at the same time. So I just thought I would put it right back on the market, and it was not selling. And then I forgot to winterize it. I live in Florida, it was in Colorado, and pipes burst. It was literally over $100,000 real estate flip lost in Colorado. And my mortgage payment for my lender was $8K a month. I was literally drowning. And you gotta just stick to what you know. Like, I was not familiar with flips. That's not my space. I was in real estate and I was wholesaling, and that's what I know. And I decided, since I was wholesaling so many deals, I'd done a few flips, let me do this, let me take it myself. And it absolutely crushed me. Stick to one thing. Like I said on that first one, do what you know. If you're focused and you're wholesaling real estate, or you're doing whatever, do that and do that only, and scale that. Until you're ready, or you can bring on partners, you have that infrastructure. But I didn't. I just fully sent it, and I should have just stayed in my wholesale lane and continued wholesaling and continue doing that and flip the paper instead of buying it myself and trying to go through that whole entire transaction. And that lost me over $100,000 itself on that. All right, guys, and number 3, my favorite lesson of all time was scaling without systems. And I tried to scale without systems. I tried to just scale way too fast and start hiring VAs, hiring all these people, bringing on a huge team, but not really knowing my KPIs, not really having a solid infrastructure or system in place to allow everybody to come in and have it run smoothly and have enough leads for everybody and really have it at a smooth operation. So this was huge, guys, and scaling without systems, it's tough. I did it a couple times in my wholesale business even, where I would scale too quickly and I'd have to scale it back down, start firing people, start just scaling and redoing and restructuring everything, just because I was trying to scale way too fast and trying to bring on all these people and do way too much without really knowing any of my KPIs or actually having automated follow-up systems, automated sequences, the back-end CRM and stuff available for us to actually scale, guys, because without the right systems, it's going to be nearly impossible to scale. So this was lesson 3, guys, and I was able to recover from all this, obviously, after it was over $300,000 loss. And what I did is, when it all started happening, I just went completely ghost, just locked in, and just went back to the drawing board. Was like, what do I do next? Do I go back into wholesale real estate and go do what I know, or do I really build something? I've always been passionate in marketing, building brands, and I've always loved marketing. That's why I got so good at wholesaling, because at the end of the day, it's just marketing. It just wasn't the marketing I loved. I never really loved that business. I was just doing it because I was making money. And this was a sign from God, and it was a blessing in my opinion, that this is my chance to now just focus on something, lock in, and build a brand for myself. And that's when I thought of, okay, I'm going to go back on Go High Level. I'm going to build out a CRM for this real estate brokerage. And, I started doing that, and then it kind of clicked when I started building that out for them. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna brand this, and I'm going to, start doing this if this works out. So I built it for them, posted on my story, and had a lot of interest in the marketplace. And before I started building on anything, I just started testing it, putting it in front of people's face, and people were loving it. So I was like, all right, I'm going all in. This is gonna be my thing. I'm going to take all the lessons I learned and really just lock in on this and this only, and focus on building out AI automations and just helping businesses actually grow and make them money, and build an actual brand for myself instead of just being a wholesaler. And that's when I made Flex Connect, and the first year I made a couple 6 figures, and we launched in November 2023. And from there, we'll probably close to do over $1 million this year, if not shy under it, in 2025. So I literally just locked in, took all the lessons I knew. I built slow. For the first year and a half, I literally did not have any employees. I did not try to scale. I did not do the paid ads. I just locked in. I did the demos. I did all the calls. I did the outreach. I did the automations. I did everything from ground A, and I did not hire or think about hiring anybody. I just locked in, focused on this. No shiny spoon syndromes, no shiny objects. This only. I'm gonna build this. I'm gonna get clients. I'm gonna get testimonials. I'm gonna build everything I need to do before I even start considering hiring. And then it got to a point where I was on like 20, 30 calls a day, doing the support, doing everything. And just recently, 6 months ago, I hired on 2 sales guys, and a customer support and back-end automation guy, and another virtual assistant. And I'm scaling slowly. Just started doing paid ads, but just really learning the lessons from what I learned from losing over $250,000 to now opening up and launching Flex Connect, and just learning the lessons and focusing on this and this only, and not having the shiny spoon syndrome, and just building this, guys. And now I'm finally gonna start scaling. I'm gonna scale with the systems. I have all the infrastructure in place. I have all the automations, the follow-ups. I've built out everything I need to finally go into full scale mode. And we're gonna start launching paid ads and really scale from there. And I have never been more happy, and losing everything and having to restart was a sign, because if I would've kept going, it could've got worse, and it could've got a lot deeper than it actually was. So it was a sign from God, from everything I was doing, to then do what I'm doing now and running Flex Connect, being able to help businesses make money and have my sales guys eat as well. So I hope this video helped, guys. Please like and subscribe and comment, and hope to see you at the next video.